Okay. Good evening / whatever time it is, and welcome to our continuation. We have spent many long hours grinding to get not everything, but all the stuff I really wanted, or close to. Galuf and Ronnie Bartz are kind of short of the last little thing I wanted, but that's okay. They'll be fine without them. So, I need to get one more battle, which I'm going to show off what I've been doing all this time, just for those who weren't aware of this grinding spot and how you deal with it. So, let's just take a look at our jobs. I've mastered Thief with everyone, because that gives you the maximum amount of speed for Freelancer and Mimic jobs. Samurai for everyone but Galuf, because it gives a extra 15%, or is it 25%, evade with the Shira Haruri, which you get when you master. She's also mastered Red Mage and Summoner for that, and not mastered White Mage, but got up to level 6 White and Black Mage, so I can use those as well. She hasn't touched Time Mage, but that's okay. Ronnie Bartz has a bunch of physical attacks. The Knight was kind of a wasted amount of time, really. I should have just gone Monk early. I prefer Knight in the early game, but Monk gives the better stats and bonuses. Knight doesn't really give you anything good if you aren't specifically using, at least if you're, going towards Freelancer like I do, unless you're specifically trying to set up a guard cover protection, which can be very strong. But we're about Ninja for dual wield, Ranger for rapid fire, as they call it here, your X-Fight ability, Samurai for the Shira Haruri. He didn't get anything magical, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Paris is about to master Geomancer, which I almost finished my grind a little earlier, and then I remembered Geomancer gives you the ability to ignore damage floors, like we'll be encountering in Castle Exdeath. It also gives a decent amount of magic boost, and it's pretty fast to level, so it didn't take me too long. Just an extra level, basically, of where I was before based on this experience. She's got a lot of the same stuff, though. Monk, Thief, Ninja. She has Mystic Knight as well, so she'll be able to use Spellblade with her abilities to really dominate. Probably won't need it most of the time, but Galuf, again, is the caster type. He has blue magic as well, so I have somebody with learning. So hopefully we'll get some, but it'll only work if it hits him, is the problem. But Lena has gotten blue magic enough to know it as well, so we can cast our Aqua Breaths if we want to in certain fights, maybe level 5 Doom. I mastered Bard for the heck of it. I should have just focused on Samurai instead, so we'd be done with that, maybe. Though Bard is pretty fast to do. Double cast, your Summoner gives the most magic. I messed up mastering Time Mage with him early during the run, so. But again, Thief for the maximum amount of agility you can have. So there's only one encounter in World 2 in Kuza the Sealed Castle, and it is an enemy you shouldn't be fighting at this stage of the game. Even at the level 30 I was when I came in, it's bad. Shield Dragon starts out with Reflect on, but you can control him. Control has a 40% chance to work, and we all leveled up to Beast Master level 2 outside, so we could get it. So now, Tempting Tango isn't going to do it. I don't want to waste money on sending Nage. Blaze ability is a fire attack that does percentage-based damage, 25% of your max HP. Shield Dragon has 19,999, so it becomes 4,999, which will actually leave 3 left over when we do our 4 hits. So if you can do something that does 3 or more points of damage in addition, it'll only take 4 blazes. So hopefully the Geomancer Dancer ability will do something like that. Their Jitterbug will do 115. Sword Dance does not break control, unlike most physical attacks, which is one of the cool things about them. So now we just need one more blaze, and that will finish the Shield Dragon and master Geomancer for Paris. So these things are incredibly valuable at this point in the game if you master up your Beast Master to level 2 so you can control them. They're very dangerous otherwise. They do a lot of damage. Paris mastered Fine Pits, which is it. The Fine Pits ability isn't very much on its own, but you need to, in order to get the passives, you need to master the thing, and Light Step is the one that you really want. But if you put on Geomancer as well during the sequences, and again, that only applies when you're in Freelancer, so we're going to go ahead and run back to town now so I can spend all the money and sell all the gold shields I got as drops and set up so we can basically just waste our way through the game. This is kind of just something I really enjoy. I've always been big on doing grinding, and so Final Fantasy V is good for that. It's very rewarding to grind because getting these abilities and unlocking them gives access to a lot of stuff, and it's in some ways harder, but in some ways easier than a similar game in Tactics. So let's go ahead and set all our jobs to Freelancer now and set our abilities. We're going to have double cast, and for her summon, we'll just go ahead and do that. Don't care about what they choose for their optimal stuff. I'll be choosing better stuff on my own once I go shopping. So his abilities, we're going to set our Rapid Fire, and I'm going to give him Zeni Nage. Literally means money toss, basically, in Japanese. Zeni is an old word for money as well as for their old currency. Now, of course, Japanese use yen, but Zeni is a word that pops up in certain RPGs and anime as well as the term for a currency. But Nage means throw, so it's literally just throw money. And we're going to give him his... give Ferris, give her her Spellblade. And finally, Galuf will also use... I cannot find Freelancer. This menu feels really weird to me. Dual cast, and we'll go ahead and just have him use Time Magic for now. There's some decent spells in Time Magic, and he has it. And with dual cast, I can throw haste on people really quickly. Not that I will need to. I did buy all the spells already on one return trip to town. So the highest attack power weapons currently available are the Wind Blades, the Sleep Blades, rather. So we'll just buy 3 of those. Sadly, there are no other magic increasing weapons available at the moment, so I'll probably just still be using rods and the one dancing dagger that I've got. I can sell pretty much all the other weapons. Let's go ahead and equip them here. There. No, actually, the healing staff. That's right. Magic +2, plus you can use it to poke people to heal them. Maybe I should swap those just for theming, since I'm focusing on her as the more healer type, although she's got the summon, so she'll be doing the offensive blast as well. I can swap them over to white and black magic if I feel the need to use that as well. I'd really prefer ninja suits on all of them, I think. Elven Mantle... You can see their stats. Ronnie hasn't mastered any magic stats, so his is way low in comparison. You can see how much Lena's is better than Galuf's at the moment. Geomancer isn't as high as some of the others, but it gives it decent enough. But Galuf, on the other hand, does not have a physical attack that he's spent a lot of time mastering, so his strength and stamina is kind of low, but it isn't going to matter. At level 65 especially, our stats are so high that it's like, whatever. Okay, before we sell anything else, we ought to go and... Oh yeah, we can... There is the secret passage here you can use. Where'd my ribbon disappear to? Interesting for her to say that, because... ribbon would be really awesome. Speaking of which, yes, she does have the ribbon equipped. Good. Ribbon, best helm in the game for a lot of reasons. Okay, do they both have them equipped? The 2 warriors have green beret equipped already. Good. So I can get golden helm now instead of that, but I'd rather just have a wizard's hat for Galuf. Give him some more magic. And let's go ahead and throw ninja suits on everybody. Yeah, not as much magic defense, but it's agility +1 for all and 9 defense. And we have our golden shields already, so... So we'll be taking some damage from magic attacks, but that's fine. Now let's go ahead and sell off all the weapons we aren't using for now. Yeah, I'll sell the rods. I've got those now. Kind of feel bad about getting rid of those weapons, but... Okay, wait, who is, I didn't take off his helm yet. Wizard's hat. There. Thief's glove I'll keep in case I want to steal. I ought to swap out, although I don't really have much better, do I? I forgot to check that. Let's go ahead and give you your silver specs. Keep the thief's gloves in case I decide to start trying to steal stuff somewhere. Oh, there's the gold shields. Okay. Now I can stock up on pretty much all the items. And since I'm still not running from battles, I'll be able to get plenty of money along the way. So I basically won't have to worry about going shopping for regular items again, ever. I can just freely use these whenever I get any kind of a status element. No, they're not expensive. I've still got 500k, so that's plenty to throw as well if I really need to. For the most part, rapid fire with dual wield will do more than enough damage to clear out everything. Double summons as well. Not to mention I'm level 65, so... But, just in case, if there's a very large number of enemies, Zeninage can kill them a little quicker. There was a small scene. Oh, I need to put these guys back up front. So rapid fire does have the damage you do, but since it gives you 4 attacks, it still is a major damage increase. Not as good as the offering is in Final Fantasy VI when combined with certain... Oops. Need to remember to throw him down to rapid fire. We'll even take out the desert monster just for the heck of it. So dual cast automatically gives you access to red magic level 3. So as you can see here, I can't cast Bio because that's level 4, but I can cast all the Pyras, Pyras, and regular white magic as well. So that's one of the other bonuses to getting it hardest thing to get in the game with 999 APB required. 4 meteors that damage only one enemy. Okay, that's one thing I wanted to know. Okay, let's get his memory cursor on the right weapon. And hers. Moogle Forest, save the Moogle. Falls into a hole. Kaboo! Never thought we'd see a Moogle out here. Moogle? Strange little critters that live in forests. They're pretty timid though, so you rarely catch sight of one. Let's help it. And now we get washed away in these currents and get attacked by Moogle Eaters. Yeah, this is not nearly as complicated as I was afraid it was. Whoops. Doesn't even matter though. So I say, okay, now which one goes where? Probably that comes out that way. So I'm going to take a gamble on that one being the one I want to go through. Blood slimes are start pre-poisoned. That's pretty amusing. Now, it may seem like it's really weird that 8 attacks and not a single one hit that other blood slime, but to be fair, the... Oh, he got hit by a vampire. That's blue magic. Nice. Continuous auto battle. Yeah. There is... There we go. So hopefully it'll stay on now. Yep. However, when you're dual wielding with Rapid Fire in Final Fantasy 5 and 6, it only checks for a different target every other hit, essentially. The first 2 hits always, or rather, each time you attack, since you're attacking with a left and a right, the left and right, that was a counter, which I have in base because of Mastering Monk. Another good reason to Master Monk is the physical class. Strangely enough, Monk, the very first physical class you get, actually has the best stats in stamina and strength. So, for the most part, there's really no reason to do any of the others. Which again made it foolish that I even started playing this game with a knight. I should have just focused on monk instead. It does mean that he will automatically begin to protect the party if they get weak enough, but yeah, he has mana too, so. Be careful, Mr. Moogle. So this is the first boss in Final Fantasy that's undead and that you can kill just with like a Phoenix down or something. We're just going to obliterate it with our super powerful ability attacks, because why not? I'm not going to have to start trying until sometime in World 3 at this point. That's what happens when you grind so much. If I started my grind earlier, as I often do, I'm actually lower level because I grind a lot on low XP monsters right after Wind Shrine, right after Water Crystal, so... Must have been so scared. It's okay now, don't worry, come closer. Kupo. It's alright now. Kupo, Kupo! Kupo! What's going on? I think it wants us to follow. So in this interesting segment of the game, this area, the Moogle is telling you, don't go into the sand. We're going to anyway. There are no random encounters in the normal, in the non-sand area of this part of the world map, so you can totally avoid those. Very nice for speedrunners, of course. And into the greater Moogle forest here. That's the nose of the Moogle, as we'll see later. The extra large pixelated. I am going to save just in case, but we should be able to, I really hate the RPG trope of, oh, this monster is too powerful, you shouldn't fight it. I love fighting and defeating those monsters. The Midgar Zolom in Final Fantasy 7 as well. This thing isn't really worth the reward either, which is a little bit of an annoyance, but... Probably should have equipped Blue Magic and Aqua Breath for this. Since it's non-elemental and does extra damage to desert monsters, it probably roasts him. In a manner of speaking. He really is pretty tough, though. He's 1,000 HP and stuff. Drops a power drink. So, but not as rewarding as the shield dragons I was grinding on before, either. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, that's really weird. Never gotten that encounter before. It's just a little goblin right here. Moogle Village. Now all the Moogles are scared of us, except for our friend Moogle. All of a sudden it recognizes us. I think it's the Moogle we helped before. You thanking us? Let's see, one of these chests has an almighty 1 gil in it. 1/10,000, another dancing dagger, a cottage. is telling us we can keep whatever's in the chests. So now the rest of the Moogles are okay with us. A Moogle costume? Try it on? Yes. So in order to get this chest, we need to do this. It will unlock the chest for us because it thinks we're cute. Hey, another elven mantle. Okay. Not that he needs the magic per se. Really, maybe the Thief's Gloves would be just as good with its higher defensive boost, but that's also magic defense, so. Also, the innate evasion that it gives is pretty nice. Now, in order to move on, I think we need to talk to this Moogle again. Cuckoo-popo! What's it doing? Sending out a telepathic signal to its fellow Moogle, who is Kryle's pet, apparently. What's going on? Why are you so excited? Kupo! Is something the matter? It's Grandpa. He's in the Moogle village. Huh? Moogles can all communicate through telepathy. Even when they're far apart, they're in contact with their minds. The Moogle village, that's pretty far from here. I know, and the Windrake is too tired to fly. Poor Windrake happens to be too tired to fly just to create a little bit of drama here. So that means, I see, thank you. He says he has just enough energy for one more flight. If you're certain it's alright. Kind of setting up the next segment too, when we have to, before we get the next Windrake, our next very temporary vehicle, we have to go through another side quest. What's going on? All because the Windrake's too tired to fly. Huh? Nose? Considering it flew into Xdeath's territory without any danger whatsoever, if they had done something that implied that it was injured or something, that would make all that make more sense, but where is the Moogle's forest anyway? It's the nose. At the nose? Because yes, hidden in the Moogle Village forest, there's a pixelated Moogle head. If you can sort of see that in the little massacring there. Rip poor colorblind people. Cuckoo-popo! Kyle! Grandpa! How did you find us? The Moogles told me you were here. Grandpa, we should hurry back to the castle. And now this poor tired Windrake has enough power to take all of us along. 6 of us now. Although Kryle and the Moogle are probably relatively less masked than the 4 adults. Even so. Apparently it ate the Moogle on the way back because the Moogle didn't come up. I'll take the Windrake back to his roost so he can rest, okay? Always need rations, I suppose. Disappearing Moogle. King Galuf! Thanks for holding down the fort while I was gone. King Galuf! What's the situation with X-Death? There's been no activity since the barrier went up. I see, and our troops? They've been almost entirely wiped out by X-Death's monster hordes. I'm sorry, sire. So Bartzarani just figures out, all this time I thought you were just some crazy old man. You never said anything about being a king. Must have slipped my mind. Well, it sure is a surprise and a half. Good job, men. Go get some rest. Yes, sire. Ronnie, what is it? You've still got that funny look on your face. It's you, a king. I can't get over it, that's all. You're saying I'm not the epitome of kingliness? What? Just kidding, but I guess I'd better mind my P's and Q's around you, King Galuf. Listen here, before you knew me as a king, you knew me as a friend. Just Galuf is fine. Understood, Just Galuf. Don't push it, kid. Here in Ball, bad jokes like that will get you punished. Har har har. Yeah, great. Okay, now we can explore the castle. Teleport spell, that's nice. Lets us warp out. Okay, now the Moogle is back in its room. Out of nowhere. Lady Kryle can speak with this Moogle as if it were a person. What a mysterious talent. Lady Kryle is such a good kid. She's got a big heart, same as the king. Okay, now I think we find out that we want to go up there last, because that's up to the Windrake's Roost, and that gives us our next quest, I think, to find some Drake root so that the Windrake will be able to fly again. In the meantime, let's explore the rest of the castle. Wish all you like, that door in the basement won't open. Not until World 3. Or we teleport into the back somehow through another future dungeon. Something like that, one way or the other. There are a lot of mysterious places in both worlds that don't do anything until they're combined in World 3. Not long after she was born, Kryle's parents went to save a Windrake in the Glosiana Desert. They were never heard from again. Is that the giant desert we just crossed? Item shop, inn, don't really need that right now. X-Death has really been giving our men a beating. Now we don't have many soldiers left. I thought this was the castle with the library, the very interesting one. Ah. Same weapons as before, too bad. Kind of hoping for a slight upgrade. Same with the armor and stuff. Oh, gauntlets. Let's see, what do those give? Just a little bit of defense. Boost. Casters. All the basic level stuff we've already got. The tier 4 magic, as it were. When you optimize, it only takes into account attack and defense values, not other effects. It's a convenient feature, but one must be careful as signs of useful enhancements but lower stats be removed. Wouldn't want an Elven Mantle or Gold Hairpin to be unequipped in an inopportune moment now, would you? Angel Robe. Ooh, that sounds worth equipping. 1 less agility. Wow, plus 5 stamina. Would be pretty good for her, and a lot of magic defense as well, slightly more defense. I'm going to equip that on Galuf since he has the least stamina at the moment. You can see a bit of the difference from that. Lena has mastered Samurai, but her base hit points are only 5343, while because they've mastered Monk, Ronnie and Ferris have almost 6k at level 65. Now, Lena does have slightly less base anyway than those two, but it's very crazy. And Galuf, who hasn't really mastered any physical stats, is way lower at 4429. But again, having those for mastering it only applies to Freelancer. Although there are other effects too. Doing equip weapon will give an increased attack power. Doing must be Zizat's castle perhaps that has the library that I'm thinking of. But so equipping a weapon will give the attack power of the class that can normally use the weapon. Equipping a magic will give a magic boost, but it won't give the full magic boost unless you've mastered the class, or have it at level 6 at least, or the highest level for it. Kryle? The Windrake, he's dying. What? What happened? He pushed himself too hard. He was wounded and shouldn't have been flying, but... And now he was wounded, not tired. It took me to find you anyway. He sacrificed himself to rescue us. Is there any way for us to save him? We'd need dragon grass. Dragon grass? Will that heal his wounds? Yes, but I don't know if such a thing even exists in this world. Back home, Windrakes always nest near dragon grass. I expect these drakes are no different. If we go to where drakes roost, we ought to find dragon grass nearby. If that's the case, then you know a place? Our best bet is Drakenvale, the Valley of the Windrakes. However, no one who's entered has ever returned. They know it's the Valley of the Windrakes. Well, I guess if you'd see them flying there, perhaps. Guess that means we'll be the first to do. Ronnie. Drakenvale is north of the castle. It's just past Quelv, the werewolf town. What about the monsters outside? There's so many of them. Don't worry, no monster is a match for the 4 of us. Right. Together we'll be alright. And we'll bring back that dragon grass. Never you fear. Open the gates. But sire, Exdeath's monsters are waiting right outside. Once we're clear, shut the doors and seal them tight. Sire, if we do that, you won't be able to re-enter the castle. Are you certain that's what you want? No, we'll just stay in the castle for all eternity. Never advance the game anymore. Alright, now close the gate and seal it. Don't let anyone through, no matter what. If you so command, take care, your majesty. And they take that quite literally. To an absurd degree, as we'll see soon. Yipes, didn't take long for Exdeath's creeps to spot us. On your toes, kids, here they come. Three monsters attack, and it's one. All dead. Okay. The gate to Drakenvale is to the north of town. Finding it won't be a problem. The question is, will it be open? Nope. It's locked tight. Figured as much. Guess we'd better find Kelger. It's locked. Halt, intruder! Well, if it's a fight you want, then... Ronnie, calm down. They're our allies. If our allies are pointing blades at us, they certainly don't want to meet our enemies. Oh, Galuf! Kelger! It's been quite a while, has it not? Sure has, my old friend. Kelger here's one of the 4 Dawn Warriors. He fought Exdeath with you 30 years ago? Who are the pups? Folks from the world where we sealed Exdeath. They're in league with Exdeath? Huh? Wait, we're not. Yes, he brought people in league with Exdeath into your home. Yeah, sure. What? These cats are the ones who destroyed the crystals and brought X-Death back, and you've led them here? You've got it all wrong. Listen, stand down, Galuf. The conclusions that this idiot jumps to are classic Final Fantasy V, actually. Ronnie, or whoever you are, prepare yourself. I will test your blade. Kilger, crony of X-Death or no, show me what kind of warrior you really are. Stay back. I've got to settle this on my own. Mano a mano. Full of male machismo and stuff. Rawr. Ha, let's see you handle my lupine attack. And now, Ronnie Bartz gets to use a super secret ability that you never get to use in combat that he learned from his dad. Never mind the Master and Ninja and Samurai that I've got. The way I beat him is with super cutscene only attack learned from Dad. Ronnie, there was no need to hurt him. I didn't think he would be a wimp. Sorry about that, Kilger. Hell's bells, Kilger. Always overdoing it. Why would you act your age for once? Still, to foil my looping attack so easily, you're more skilled than I predicted. Nah, it's just a trick I learned from my dad. From your father? What was his name? Dorgan. Of course, the whole point of this is to finally do the big reveal. Dorgan, Bartz's father. Yes. What are you to make those faces for? No way, you can't be. Dorgan's son. Yeah, so what's the big deal? Dorgan was one of the 4 warriors of Dawn. Wow, big shocker. Small worlds we live in. Ronnie, your father, along with Kelger, Zizat, Sergate, and I, fought together against X-Death. In other words, Dorgan was one of the Dawn warriors. Wait, Dad's from this world? Correct. We followed X-Death to your world, and then he decided to stay behind. Since the rest of them are all kings, everyone figures that Dorgan must have also been a king, but they never explain where in the world he's from, so he may have been the only pauper among the 4 warriors of Dawn. But is this guy immortal? How much punishment can he take? Even when we knock him down, he won't stay down. We'll have to seal him here. Yeah, that's our only out. What do you say? We can't just leave a demon from our world in another. What other choice do we have? Look sharp, lads, he's recovering! Damnation! Now there really is no choice. We must cast the seal. This chance may not present itself again. Dorgan, we can't seal him with the crystals unless all our hearts are united. Are you with us? Dorgan! Although, again, why these 4 strangers from another world are able to use the power of the crystals of this world to seal X-Death is also never explained and doesn't really make a lot of sense. But, you know, Final Fantasy V. I make a big deal about that, but as much as, you know, Final Fantasy stories are always really a lot more complicated than you'd think and have a lot of characters and really deep stuff in them and everything. And they all have moments, especially a lot of the earlier SNES games that are silly and you've got your segregation of story and gameplay, but it's just like everything about Final Fantasy V takes it to another level. You're certain you want to stay? My mind's made up. But why? Safe journey. And it's only been like 30 years, too, so some seal. Most of the time when they seal away an evil monster, it lasts 100 years, 1,000 years. Nope, just 30 years here. Dorgan. And then, you know, the Warriors of Light, the Warriors of the Crystal, are able to gain a lot more power than the Warriors of Dawn had, since they're able to kill X-Death at the end of the game. Dorgan stayed in your world to watch over X-Death's seal. Wow, that's... Huh. How fares old Dorgan, anyway? 3 years ago, he got real sick, and I see. My sympathies. Son of Dorgan, anything you ask of me shall be done. You need only name your request. We want to go to Drakenvale. I'll have one of the villagers unlock the north gate. There we go. Anything you want. That's all. Okay, good. Move on. You know, like Final Fantasy IV has moments like Cid blowing up the, you know, underground fair and surviving and stuff, and then Yang's inexplicable survival as well. Those things are a little bit more few and far between compared to the absurdities of Final Fantasy V, because every single thing doesn't make sense. You know, I've been playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts lately, and a lot of Kingdom Hearts people who play that game make fun of the, ooh, I could buy a second power armor. Do I want to do that instead of an elf mantle? Ooh, it would be an elf mantle now. No, I don't really want to do that. However, I can get 2 power sashes for them instead of those, and those are better than the green berets, so we'll go with that. And this is all the old stuff, so... We do lose an agility, but we get even more attack power, so... We're losing a couple of agility, but that's fine. Their agility with the thief power-up is not like that's lacking. Oh, because he has power armor. She has power armor. I was looking at Ferris. Why is her strength higher than Ronnie's? Because he's got the Elven Mantle, she's got the power armor. That's fine. Okay, Kodachi, 46. 49 Killer Bow, Poison Rod. Don't really care about. So I could do those to give them even more agility, but... I could also buy some Shuriken now in case I wanted to swap over to Throw. The main reason I kind of want magic power on Ferris and Bartz is so they can swap in Throw against certain enemies if needed. Not that I would really need it for any point in the near future. Okay, doesn't look like there is a piano here. Oh yeah, if you sit down you get to eat and then you don't even need to rest here. I think I remember using this as one of my grind spots because of that in a previous playthrough. Not that you get great experience from here, but it's just one of the best first opportunities. Most of the monsters... 8 potions. Oh, thought that I can... Oh yeah, and you got free potions and stuff. The longer you go, the more bonuses you get from that too. Ceremony to pray for your safe return. Ooga chaka fuga luga. Ooga chaka ooga booga. Oh my word. Pray for your safety and give you the song. It's quite effective against the undead. Oh, there's the Requiem song, which, so I can... If I'm fighting a lot of undead, I could, since I mastered Bard with Galuf, I could swap Singyun for him, too, and use that. Immediately attacked by all these guys. Yeah, it's not telling me how much APB I get because I'm all maxed on anything, so... At some point I'd like to swap back over. I need to un-auto for Galuf now. So that I can use that for... Okay. I probably ought to go ahead and load up this map, too. I really like having those. That's weird. Okay, they're using the old name of Valley of Dragons. Alright. I wonder if having more ninjas with preemptive strike makes you more likely to get them. Wouldn't be the worst thing. So these things are weak to fire. Good to know. They have a lot of hit points, though. Now I'm gonna have to start hunting around for the golem fight too here, because this is where you pick up the golem summon. He'll show up in a bunch of random battles and punch you until finally you find him in one with a bunch of other monsters. And if you kill them without killing him, he will become your summon and join the party. Oh darn, paralysis. What'll I do if one of my party members paralyzed? It's not like I don't have 3 other game breakers. Usually when monsters flee, you still get the APB from them, so that's a way to farm APB, is just getting the golem fights. I think they only happen outside. Maybe I ought to go ahead and have him throw on Summoner as well. Just because the auto function doesn't work very well when you're left with only one monster and gets to him. Plus, then the dual cast is more expensive than it should be. Time magic just isn't good for these kinds of fights. Since all I'm doing is autoing. Well, let's go ahead and do it. We'll also swap over to Ifrit, since it seems that more monsters are likely going to be... Oops. Whatever this is. Let's turn it off. More monsters here are going to be weak to fire than ice. Okay, there's Bone Mail. Bone Mail means you can't be raised or stamina -5 and it's -3 strength versus that. A lot more defense and even okay magic defense as well by comparison. I don't really need to worry that much about the healing because you can't be healed because it basically gives you undead status. I don't really need to worry about that, but I don't need to worry about the defense either, and I don't mind the strength, so I'd rather just keep that for those reasons. Ah, here's the gold fight. Oh no. Out of instinct, I went ahead and hit the F1, so now we're probably going to kill poor Golem. Yep. Luckily, even if you kill him, you can get the fight again. All right. Thanks a ton. It'd rock if I could roll along with you. Much better looking golem than the one in Final Fantasy VI as well. All right. Okay, here's the complicated part. So you need to fall in the hole. Pull the switch to open that bridge. Final Fantasy V is a little bit interesting because even though it kind of uses a prototype, a beta setup for the system of damage they have in Final Fantasy VI, there's some abilities that are heavily based on damage for how much you deal, but possibly because levels are so easy to manipulate in combat with like Chemist and Blue Magic stuff for both reducing and raising, it doesn't affect your damage nearly as much as it does in Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI, the damage depends more on level than anything. But even though I'm level 65, I am doing a large amount of damage. But mostly that's because I not only have these levels, but I have these high stats plus decent power weapons. I would actually likely do more at this stage if I went barehanded, since I have Mastered Monk, but I mean, it's not like I'm really lacking damage. It's just not as overpowering as you'd expect for such a high level and for having really, really good stats. Because the battle power of the weapons factors in a lot more, as well as with the magic too, than it does in... Okay, I want to go left first to get the items. Hypno Crown, that would have been really useful while I was doing my grind. It increases the chance of using control. Once we get to Windrake, you have access to almost the entire world too. It's the shortest world by far. save point here, huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and... It won't fully restore mana, but give us a little bit. And we just want to use up the 10s. That'll give us another 9 castings of Ifrit. Okay, that's pretty much everything then, right? Yeah. Wait, I did get a wind sword. Where was that? Oh, I just picked it up. Wasn't even paying attention, I guess. Yeah, wind slash. Okay. It's not as good as the sleep sword, though, still. That's really disappointing. One of the neat things about Final Fantasy VI, and even Final Fantasy IV to a degree too, was that you would find lots of good weapons that slightly before you could buy them in shops, or, you know, just special ones in places. Look, dragon grass, but you don't get, help! Tentacle monsters, grabbing the girls. How very anime. What the crap was that? Grass isn't supposed to attack people? That's no grass, that's a beast, a foul leafy demon. This must be why the drakes are practically extinct. Very strange that the flowers should be immune to fire. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be weak to anything in particular. Wish I had time magic for this fight then. Oh, that's Titan. Why can't I dual cast Golem? There's Golem. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll use Titan, why not? 2 Earth Elementals right after each other, effectively. Not that we need the Earth Wall, but... yeah, powerful enough, that's fine. Dragon grass. Look. Come on, let's take some and go. Again, no explanation or reason why this dragon grass turned into a big monster that attacked us, except that it, first of all, gives us a boss, and second of all, serves as a sort of plot as to why all the Windrakes are nearly extinct. Which is super duper sad. Of course, the other thing I was forgetting when remarking that my damage wasn't all that high for level 60 is that I am using that with the rapid fire as well, which is, of course, having the damage I would actually deal. You skip turns and it suddenly gets rid of your memory cursor too. There are a lot of really great things about the Pixel Remaster, but when they, in general, having played 2 of them now, 6 and 5, they definitely did some odd programming decisions that really are bizarre. Like the fact that getting rid of your memory cursor if you use the Y button, I guess, on an Xbox controller or equivalent, which normally is the considered default PC method. Anyway, using the normal menu button in order to swap to other characters gets rid of your auto command counter. They got rid of smart rapid-fire targeting. I can't remember if FF5 had it in, because I didn't play that nearly as much, but in FF6, again, if you have an offering, although it does attack randomly with the 4 attacks, if you kill an enemy, once you've done enough damage to kill an enemy, it won't target that enemy anymore unless every target that you hit is dead. And then it'll pick randomly for overkill, which really doesn't matter, but it has to finish the attacks. But if it calculates that it's done enough damage to kill, it'll move on to another enemy before it comes back to it. But here, it just picks the 4 targets. It doesn't matter if they die or not, how much life they have left. It's the same way in both Pixel Remasters. Oh, I could have used teleport to get out of here, too. Oh well. Forgot that I just picked that up. Of course, I don't have it equipped right now, but it would have taken less time to equip it, say on Lena really quick, and then swap over back to Summoner afterwards. It's pretty crazy little bit of a formation difference here. You can encounter 1 Lycoan cat, or you can encounter 5 of them. Small thing that I wish that they had done was made dash just something you can turn on auto and not have to worry about. And then you could hold it down if you were a thief, hold down the button for even faster movement. A lot of people really hate easy mode and will rag on anyone who does it, who, you know, has reached something like this. Being level 65 at this point makes the game too quote-unquote easy, etc., etc. But I'm going to be doing a challenge mode when I finally get to 4-Job Fiesta, so I don't mind. I really don't care about having access to all the abilities to breeze through the game at this point. I put in all the effort to grind already, so like, whatever. Okay, next dumb thing in Final Fantasy V. We're back! Now open the gate! Nice try, monster. You're gonna have to try a bit harder to pull one over on the soldiers of Ball. I suppose they're just following orders. Guess it's time for Plan B. Again, cutscene power. You can't jump over these walls normally. Only because of this cutscene do we get to do this. It's one of the things that drives me the nuts most about old JRPGs is when you have movement options like this, only in cutscenes. We push the magic button, which takes us into the castle, and now the soldiers don't care. That's it. That's the whole drama. Sorry, sire. We thought it was another one of Exdeath's tricks. No worries. Better safe than sorry. Next time we'll check to make certain it's the king, then open the gate. Whatever. That's... I don't know. Words cannot describe it. Final Fantasy V, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Kryle's sick in bed. Lady Kryle complained of a headache and then suddenly collapsed. She's resting over here. I love the fact that rather than having somebody standing in the way, if you try to run past her to get to the Drake, you get stopped and they come get you. Kryle, Grandpa, I'm here, my dear. He's calling. Shh, don't try to talk. Calling. Guido is calling. Guido? Hurry, go find Guido, please. But who's Guido? A sage has lived for over 700 years. Guido's the one who prophesied that the crystals in your world would break. And he's calling her, like, psychotically? That's psychically, honey. Yeah, the sage might know some way to defeat Exdeath. Golly, the official translation here has played him up as an idiot in so many ways. Hang in there, Kryle. We're gonna go see Guido, so just hold on a little longer. Okay, but have to use the Windrake. Don't worry, we've got dragon grass and spades. We found one plant. That's in spades. Okay. Really? The Drake's resting at the top of this tower. Will you come with me? No, it's too far. Where do we find this Guido anyway? Oh, they're talking about to see Guido. Alright, yeah. He lives on a small island in the ocean northeast of Drakenvale. So certainly, yeah, like you'd need to ask. Of course we're going to go with him. This is another dumb moment, but the funny thing is, it's kind of, here, eat this, you'll feel better. This makes more sense than most stuff in Final Fantasy V, because if this grass went crazy and started killing all the Windrakes, okay, maybe the dragon would think that, you know, it isn't safe anymore. Although it wonders how on earth do they get... It's like, the only thing that can heal them, though... So why is it special? Do they need to eat it, or is it just special for this moment? Again, doesn't explain, leaves everything totally out there, but if it had dragon grass, it would... If it isn't necessary for it, but just is able to heal it if it's near death magically because it's a dragon and it's dragon grass, that would make dragon grass super awesome, so maybe Exdeath cursed it so it wouldn't do, but it's just they don't explain enough and it's annoying. Final Fantasy V, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if he wants to, he has to. With wounds like these, if he doesn't hurry and eat that stuff, he'll die. Because apparently cure magic doesn't work on dragons either. It's alright, look, it's good to eat, so y'all have some too. Lena, are you insane? Lena, did you forget dragon grass was poisonous to humans? Here, now you try. I haven't collapsed quite yet because it's poisonous to me. So if she had collapsed a little bit earlier, he wouldn't have fallen for it and eaten the thing or whatever, been convinced, because then he would have seen that she died and it wasn't good. That part is pretty stupid. Good job, Lena. Poison yourself again. That's your usual trick. That's a good boy. Collapse. And she's poisoned. Lena! Lena, hold on. Drink this. Luckily she... Well, I guess it's just universal poison, so it's universal antidote, as it were, to cure the poison. Thanks for having one, Kryle, but we've got 98. We're fine. Lena, are you alright? Yes, thank you, Kryle. Don't do things like that. That's ridiculously dangerous. Also, how on earth did she know? Cripes, then, if something had happened to you, I'm sorry. Kryle, you sure you should be up and about? I'm okay. Now she collapses. Oh, yes. I had forgotten that, but I guessed it. Okay, but she gets herself up. Don't worry about me. Gee, so Pete, every one of you guys is always overdoing it. You stay here and get some rest, young lady. Okay. Kryle, thank you. I'm in your debt. I wonder if this is just an excuse as to why Kryle doesn't come adventuring with us during some of these parts. I don't know. You saved my Windrake, so I think we're square. Thank you. The original game, of course, wouldn't have had a clue that she would have been in your party anywhere. I don't believe, unless it was possibly in the manual listed her under player characters or something. We get a interface spoiler with the colored character boxes. You're a step now, got it? I will. You guys be careful too. But of course, all of this was done for the original Super Famicom, and I doubt they intended there to be any kind of spoiler that she might be joining the party. Let's go find Sage Guido. Right, let's go. We're off. Yeah, let's get going already. At the bare minimum, every single thing that happens in this game leaves you asking questions at the bare minimum, but why? And possibly even more. Okay, let's see. So, again, Windrake can't fly over mountains, although it briefly did in the cutscene earlier. So the only way to get out to the ocean is this way. This doesn't appear on the world map. That's really weird. So this is Guido's cave, obviously. Good thing it's easy to find. So this is it? Yep, Sage Guido's place. Let's find him. Wait. An earthquake? The island's breaking apart. You've got to get back to the Windrake. Hurry! Oh, that's why. Interface spoiler there with this map. Because X-Death uses his power to sink the island. That's right. As soon as we get on it. So because of that, the island isn't there, and that's why it doesn't appear on the mini-map. Of course. And they couldn't have programmed that in to be there and to change. That was too hard. Because that's a Pixel Mastery only thing. With all the memory they aren't using on modern games and stuff, you could have changed the mini-map after the event, right? Would that have been so hard? Wahahaha! Witness what befalls those who stand against me. Also, how does he sink the island? Final Fantasy V, ladies and gentlemen. Now, they didn't tell us where to go. They didn't tell us anything at all. We do have access to a Windrake, which will allow us to fly around and visit various places. Not that there's much in this world to visit. Oh. Pixel Remaster people! I was complaining that it didn't appear on the mini-map before. So now that it's sunk, it's appearing on the map. What did you do? Goodness gracious. Okay, this is Zazat's castle. Surgate Castle, yep. Surgate Castle, the domain of King Zazat. Twin guards again. State your name and business. Stand down. This is King Galuf of Ball and his retainers. Let them in, you cretins. King Zazat is off to the fleet to X-Death's castle. Really? Zazat, he's one of the Dawn Warriors, right? Okay, so you're just supposed to fly around until you find some place. This castle's the closest, so this tells you to go to Zazat next. He fought alongside Dad. This way, please. But I'll let you all into the castle now. Please help yourselves to anything in the castle you might make use of. Thank you. Ah, yes, this is the Great Library. We can't find the remaining half of that book anywhere. We've looked every other book over every book on the planet. Well, it's Final Fantasy. There aren't that many books on the planet. I swear I've seen a book somewhere that looks just like this. Guess where it is? Library of Ancients in our world. So when the two worlds become one. Book chronicles the atrocities visited upon the land by Exdeath 30 years ago. Such crimes must never be allowed to happen again. Okay, we can't look at these bookshelves? Too bad. Must be another room where we can look at the bookshelves. We found a book that's over 1,000 years old. However, one half of it is missing. So much about it remains unknown. It's entitled The Sealed Tome. There's something quite important within these pages. Yeah, and all that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is where we came. Spent so much time wandering around that room. T to V shelf. Now there's a mini game you can do putting books back. Where's the very funny... Let's see. And S. Oh, here we go. Hey, this is all about donkeys. Ronnie, what are you trying to look up? Nothing at all. Yeah, nothing at all. Classic scholars never tidy up the books when they're done. That just burns me up. You there, help me put some of these away. Weird Ronka. This one. Register on monsters. This are... yes. Fan translation, that's a really weird translation. I don't know what it's intended to be. Obviously, he was trying to look up naughty books. It's actually looking for a Playboy in the more fan translation we're used to. Look at Magic Volume 3. Mage who knows how to lance. This is my secret to my strength. Yeah, the Dragoon, that's actually a fun combo too. If you master Dragoon enough to get the Lancet ability, or Lance as they, I guess, must have translated it here, it absorbs HP and MP from the monsters and returns it, so it's basically like an osmos. You can constantly keep yourself full. Just got back from the lake up north, and boy, do I have a tale to tell. You know it's surrounded by mountains, right? Well, I was up there, this huge eye started glaring at me. It's a miracle I made it back alive. Aha! Float spell, nice. That's another solution for damaged tiles in places like Castle Exdeath. Also a solution to certain bosses like Catastrophe. Defend the castle and King Zazat returns. So the only way to know what to do is to randomly wander around until you find this place and follow their instructions that King Zazat's over in the ship. And okay, I guess we'll do that. 57, again, the strongest weapons right now. Golden shield still, headbands, so nothing new in armor. Nothing new in spells, most likely. That might be the best stuff that can be bought at this point, really. Except for some of the ultimate gear in the Mirage Village near the end of this. Song brings so many memories. You say that you sing it all the time back then. Swift song. Oh, excellent. That, I think, grants either just plus speed or haste to the party. Probably the way this game works is likely just haste. Because they don't really do much in the way of stat increasing the way they do with those similar abilities in, say, Final Fantasy Tactics. Alright, now this place is totally surrounded by mountains, so we can't get into there. Are there any other places to visit around here? Same thing with that. We have to get, like, the submarine before we can get into some of them. Worth going for because you can get some, I think this area, when you come into submarine, gets you to the summoned Catoblepus, if I'm remembering that correctly. And this one, I believe, is... No, you come here as well later. This is like... That's like the tree section. I believe that's the next dungeon we're supposed to be going for, though we'll want to get Catoblepus first. Okay, so that's pretty much the entirety of World 2. We've seen it all. At least that is normally visitable. Nothing has a restricted world as annoying as Final Fantasy V either, compared to most of the other, you know, first 6 Final Fantasies. That Windrake! Lower your weapons, they're friends! Everybody is so excited to stick a spear in you in this game. If it isn't Galuf, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Say that, how the devil have you been? Managing barely these friends of yours? This is Dorgan's son, Ronnie. You're Dorgan's boy, eh? The ladies are nobility from the other world. Yes, nobility, one way to say it. Well met, I'm the swordsman, Zizat, even though I always use morning stars in the mobile games. Oh ho, not king, Zizat. Yeah, I don't think the title suits me all that well. Sure doesn't. Ha ha ha, I'm the same way. So have you found a way into Exdeath's castle? Ha, we're halfway in already. For now, head below deck and rest up. The fireworks will start soon enough. Wasn't very much in Zazat's castle, come to think of it. Loot anything you want to. What have you got? We found the float spell, that's nice. Cue Craigasm music. Music Craigasm. Battle stations, everyone! What is that? What's going on? It's X-Death. He's gotten the jump on us somehow. We're surrounded. Leave this trash to me. Don't blow it this time. I think that's my line. Rah! Running around. Arg, help! Ah, good gosh, there he is. Ah, blue, blue skies and the rolling sea. It stays like this to get you high on life, but you, sirs, are harshing my buzz. Who do you think you are? Shirahadori. One blue magic I'd really like to get is White Wind, which Enkidu can cast. Unfortunately, there's no way to get him to cast it on the party, so you can learn White Wind. Yeah, if I go, I'm taking you with me. How about a little swim? Also, that was uber disappointing, but we did 16k essentially, or 15k probably, in about 2 attacks, so... Hey, I call a foul. That's playing dirty. I'm not supposed to be the only one in the drink. Don't think I'll forget this. You'll... My hands are going numb. I'm coming. Hang in there. That pun is so bad, I'm gonna fall on purpose. Oh yeah, you have a Windrake. Windrake! Good timing. Now it's our turn to strike. Quit hanging around and get over here. I've got a secret. It's called a submarine. You're ready. Grab on the other side of this box, would you? We're off. What's going on? The fleet was only a decoy, a ploy to buy us enough time to reach one of the barrier towers by submarine. Well, that's kind of brilliant, actually. You expected any less? Anyway, the tunnel that leads to the barrier tower has been completed. Let's go! Come on! There are more beds to rest in down there. Okay. Get back! Not even going to question how they found and or made this tunnel to the barrier tower. Also, in a rare bit of sense, there are 4 barrier towers. You take one down, the barrier goes away. This is not used nearly enough in media. For some reason, whenever you have 4 things of power, 4 batteries. You have to take down all of them or it won't get rid of the thing. They're all redundant backups, which is on the list of the evil overlord's things he does, but quite honestly, the way that the stupid trope works in most of these, that's the way it is anyway. You have to destroy all 4, often at the same time, even though, you take 1 battery out of a battery-powered object and the thing shuts down. You have to have all the batteries in for it to work. That's how they're designed generally, so it actually works here. And theoretically, yes, you can do redundant backup type stuff, but that isn't... It's kind of hard to do with super high power intensive things. This is the barrier tower? Indeed, all that's left is to take it out and the barrier will fall. I'll take care of the generator downstairs. You hit the top floor and find the antenna. Find it and destroy it, I assume. You got it. I'll cut the power, and once that happens, you blow up the antenna. I'll definitely, I think, want to use... Here, you'll need this. Whisperweed. What'll this do? What's this do? You get us to keep in contact. Alright, let's move. Kind of a question almost for our sake. I'm counting on you. Good luck, because how on earth does Zizat have Whisperweed and Galuf doesn't know what it is if they're old men and / warrior buddies who've been around for so long? I just discovered this plant. It's, or we just managed to breed it. It communicates with us. Whatever. I don't really need to rest at all. Not even at the tent. I'll just save. At the very top, I think I'll be wanting to throw on Time Magic. Traveler, a witch sitting on a smiling moon. Another great wacky enemy design for this game. Oh my. Probably Ferris and Ronnie will dispatch it with another 14-15k total rapid fire damage between them. Yeah. The Blood Sword. Usually not as good as you would think it would be. 3rd floor. Let's go ahead and do it. I'll just not auto-battle through this very much. Or just let Galuf not cast with his auto battle, that's fine too. Reflect Knights, as their name implies, have auto reflect, I believe. It seems so obvious I don't remember ever casting on it to make sure. But at this stage, they're pretty weak. That's funny. My game just soft locked. Which is really weird because the music's playing, so it's... technically this is actually a hard lock. I can't do anything. No inputs are being received. Game isn't proceeding, but it's playing the music as if it were. That's very odd. Good thing I did save at the bottom there, but now I have to redo all that, which is quite annoying. counter hit. Need to re-equip time magic on him. Atmos is one of the more annoying bosses in the game. Okay. 2 yellow dragons instead of a red dragon. I didn't know that monsters in a box could have different formations. Wow, they have a lot of HP and do a lot of damage. I think lightning is another percentage-based damage. It looks like it did approximately a quarter of our HP. What am I? Magic. Probably should have had Galuf do that since he's not set up to use his magic in combat. Kind of funny how certain words become vernacular that are wrong. Ever since things like speedrunning and randomizers started to become a big thing and hit the internet, if you enter that area of, you know, culture at all and start watching about things, you'll see people who run into soft locks in video games all the time and talk about it. But soft locks are supposed to... There's a difference between soft locks and hard locks. A soft lock happens when you can no longer progress in the game. It technically is still running, but there is, and running properly, but there is nothing you can do that will progress the game. So you can still play it, but you can't progress it. Hard locks happen when the game freezes up, when it locks up, which is where the lock part of it comes from. Locked in. That almost looks like a monster from Earthbound. Yes, Galuf, do you read? Over. Yes. What was that? The Whisperweed? Says that. Yes, repeat. Galuf, do you copy? Over. Yes. I hear you loud and clear. It's good. I'm outside the generator room. Yes. Like a stupid bad radio. Everything looks clear on this end. Over. Says that. What was that? Nothing to worry about. Just get over to the roof as fast as you can. Over. Gotcha. Over. Yes. But yeah, if the game freezes up, even if the music is still playing, since it doesn't accept inputs or anything, that's a hard lock. So. People in discussions in Discord and stuff will talk about, oh, I soft locked my game, but they actually hard locked it. But soft locks are a lot more common because of the way speedrunners like to mess around with the game and end up causing funky things to happen that aren't supposed to, but they often get in spots where they're just stuck. Like in a Super Metroid randomizer, especially if you get power bombs early, it's very easy to soft block yourself doing certain checks because you're in an area that doesn't drop any power bombs and you use your last power bomb getting in, which normally wouldn't happen in a normal game because you're supposed to have regular bombs much before that. Ooh, the gold hairpin. Probably better than the Hypno Crown. No, what does it do exactly? Let's see. It does have MP use. Not really all that necessary for me because I have so much of it. I'll leave on my stats. So it is the same as in FF6, it just counts as a helm. It might be useful later on once I'm spending a lot more mana. Let's go ahead and use a tent to restore some of that MP we just all spent. Could have gone 1,000, just under 1,000 HP and saved it, but I forgot that there was the thing right here. Atmos shouldn't be too much of a problem, but Time Magic is, I think, a little more useful on him than basic summoning and stuff. That may be Titan. Titan's probably still my best offensive magic. But haste and slow are useful against him, I think. Come in, says that. We've reached the antenna. Over. Shh, roger that. Over. Shh. I mean, technically, again, you wouldn't need to destroy both the antenna and the generator. You destroy one or the other. And especially if you destroy the generator, it should blow up the entire thing, which I think happens. It's totally destroyed. So, destroying the antenna is kind of unnecessary, but, you know, whatever. Still one of the more sensible story elements in all of Final Fantasy V, so... You think it'll be that easy? Think again! Now you will pay with your blood! Except he sucks us into a black hole, so... If you are not over-leveled for this fight, it can get super scary with him doing that. I don't think he has any weaknesses, so... Just rapid fire, rapid fire. And this will probably wipe him out. You know, another 14, 15k between the two of them. The casters have gone first. They could have maybe done something, but nope. Still alive. I'm amazed. still going. What's he got? 20k? Alright, he is invulnerable to slow. That's too bad. Probably has less than 1,000 hit points left. Because I can't see him having over 20k at this point in the game. But that would be one of the reasons why he's considered so scary for when you fight him. 20k hit points is a lot. When you can't deal out 7,000 really easily. And considering he does basically 2,000 damage a turn, throwing down his comets. And that's how it's done. Cesar, come in. Can you hear me? It's done. We destroyed the antenna. And now we start to lose the Warriors of Dawn one by one. Dorgan already died. No way out. Galuf, things are getting hot down here. You need to hurry and make your escape. The energy feed's gone into a recursive loop. It's only a matter of time before it all blows. Windrake, you can fly us out. Sazat, we're coming to get you. No, don't come down here. Wait for me in the sub. I'll catch up with you. Just go. Idiot, he's gonna die, but I'm not gonna let him. Galuf, stop. It's too dangerous. I don't care. Lena, you and Ferris go ahead. Unlike Final Fantasy IV, he doesn't miraculously come back to life later, even, just in cutscenes. Says that was your plan all along, wasn't it? You knew and still you sacrificed yourself. Galuf, wait for me in the sub. Promise me you'll go. Over and out. Says that. So we have to beat up Galuf and go over with him because no resurrections this time. I mean, is that seriously totally blocking the way? He couldn't dive through even if it sustained major injuries? Of course I knew the risk, but I couldn't live with myself if I'd sent one of you to certain death. 4 new warriors have been chosen by the crystals. They must be the ones to fight X-Death. Galuf, Ronnie, Lena, Ferris, the rest is up to you. Don't worry, I'll always be with you when you need me. And all that Star Wars-y stuff. Again, Pixel Remaster, very impressive in the special effects animations and things. Looks pretty gorgeous for a 90s video game, or equivalent. Says that! Galuf, I'm sorry. Punch! It is implied that I am punching you. Bounce. Floating in midair. We're just going to hold that for a second. Wonderfully done with the artwork there, since for once we decided to not have everybody share the same sprite point. Take me to the sub. Galuf, says that is. We made a promise. Please let me keep it. Once again, we really have no idea what to do now, though, so... I can't remember what, prompts us to the next stage of this, and the barrier goes down, because with only 3, it can't cover the whole area. That makes a lot of sense. More action movies should do that. And just right around the fact that there are still 3 remaining, that they only need to do 1. Galuf, no one could have survived that blast. You have to wait just a bit longer, a minute more. Luckily, you don't have to wait a minute like you do in the original. They slowed down all those things. Says that, you idiot. Always trying to play the hero, even to the end. With the submarine, we might be able to find Guido's sunken cave. Sure beats swimming. Oh yeah, just like we have a submarine, so obviously he survived his island getting sunk. No problem, let's go. How's he holding up? He'll be alright, he just needs a little rest. Understood. Well, we'd better get moving. Always love the fact that no matter what kind of rest you're getting, with the exception of tents in Final Fantasies 4 and 5 not fully restoring you, the doesn't matter what kind of rest you get, it's always fully effective. Now his sunken cave should be here it is. Again, doesn't appear on the mini-map, and this time so Galuf got a rest. Everybody got a rest but Lena for some reason. That's weird. No, Galuf was the only one who got a rest because he was like removed from the party, I guess. She didn't restore hit points or MP. They didn't use their MP, so they wouldn't have any to restore. Doesn't matter, we have plenty of resources. No idea what works on you. Let's find out. Fire seems to be good. So let's put you back on Summoner. Time Magic really didn't do a whole lot. Okay, I guess I should go ahead and load up the map for this. Oh, of course. It's not gonna work, so rapid fire, to my auto. Why are some of these maps so much harder to find than others? At this rate, it'll be faster just to go ahead and double check them all. The trick is you take the stone, you put in one of these other things, and it opens another door. One of them goes on, a bunch of them lead to chests. Feels like that's the way forward. Almost every Final Fantasy has some sort of metamorphing type monster. The well-named Metamorph will basically change into a different selection of monsters. Unfortunately, none of them are useful. I could have gotten White Wind from the Enchanted Fans in Ronkin Cave if I'd been paying attention to that and looking for the magic earlier. Okay, that would allow me to go out, which I don't care about. One of the things the Metamorph can turn into is the Enchanted Fan, but it cannot, if it is controlled, it doesn't have White Wind either. So the next time I can get the White Wind is, I believe, just in Exdeath's Castle. Okay, and that is dead end, yep. So there's at least one chest in here, I know. Looks like the one I want is going to be the very last one I checked. No? All of them are empty? Okay. I was certain that there was one treasure in here. This one. Hey, it's a turtle. Jump into the pool? Yes. It's like we have any choice. Of course, the translation or no, this is one of the really stupid parts moments. What's up with this turtle? I'm going to harass it for no good reason. Ronnie, stop that! But it's fun! Poke, poke, poke. Would you quit that? Well, I'll be a biscuit eater. It's a talking turtle. Sage, I'm so sorry. Please forgive my brainless companion. Wait, this turtle is the Sage? By the briny beard of Neptune! What a great pirate! Exclamation. You finally catch a clue. Tarnation, I can't take you anywhere. It's alright, it's alright. No lasting damage physically, anyhow. Oh man, I'm awfully sorry. You should be, boy, picking on a defenseless turtles. However, we have more important things to discuss. You mean X-Death? So, you aren't as slow as you look. What the warlock seeks is within the great forest of Moor. The forest of Moor? Trees, my dear boy, lots of them, sprawling to the west of Surgate. That sentient forest is Exdeath's birthplace. A certain tree in that forest has been used to seal away evil spirits for years, but 500 years ago the sheer concentration of malevolence turned that tree into a dark being with a mind of its own. That being is Exdeath. I maintained the seal upon him for 5 centuries. However, 30 years ago the seal was broken. 30 years ago, that was when he fought the Dawn Warriors. Yes, but don't interrupt. So, a turtle managed it for 500 years. The crystals, which maintained the life force of an entire planet, could only seal him for 30 years. Final Fantasy V, ladies and gentlemen. Dorgan and the others fought hard. Finally, they were able to seal the warlock with the crystals. However, somehow he escaped. That was our fault. Are we feeling self-important, taking all the blame, Had I meant it was your fault, I would have said that. Seals are meant to be broken. It only means that this time Exdeath must be destroyed. Where is he? En route to the Forest of Moor, in all likelihood. Something exactly what I do not know, so don't ask, rests within the forest that he wishes to claim. The Forest of Moor. Forest of Moor. This is my chance to avenge Zizat. We'll defeat Exdeath. Let's do it. Forest of Moor is sentient. It does not take kindly to intruders and will attack all who attempt to enter. Take this with you. Receive Guardian Branch. What is it? A branch from the Guardian Tree that protects the seals. With that branch you may enter the forest. Now hurry, Exdeath is already on his way to Moor. He may even be there already. Right. I wonder if we can warp out of here. Nope, it's time magic. Of course it would be time magic. That makes sense. I have the worst amount of abilities. Takes us straight to the submarine. Nice. Hover. Not, go up, but hover. So there's this spot, this cave, with ironbacks. Now, I believe a rapid fire, for some reason, and maybe that's why it's on the archer skill, also gives 100% evasion, 100% accuracy. This was a pretty good grind spot, too, if I recall correctly. These ironbacks are good. So this should take us up to the Catoblepas area, if I'm recalling correctly. Hey, here we are. Nope, just to a chocobo forest. With no chocobos around. Well, so much for my memory. Oh, there's the chocobo. Where? This one's a female. We can't ride her. Nice counterattack. Maybe it connects to somewhere in the third world, and that's when you get Catoblepus. Just called a cave. Wonderful. Well, and that just confirmed that there are 0 chests in Guido's cave, so yeah, didn't miss anything. There's nothing to miss. Oh, more. Wait. If I remember right... Trees in the forest are alive. They understand human speech and can read minds. This is where we pick up the Brave Blade, if I remember right. So was that the final one? I think it may have been, although it said after a little bit more practice, so maybe I'm missing one more. I need to double check that. Not that I'm doing much with the Bard. Oh, the Mangosh. Is that a second Mangosh? Because I think I had one before. Yeah. Knife that sometimes blocks enemy attacks. It doesn't add to evasion, but I was getting that block before while I was wielding it. I finally figured out, especially after everything else is going on, that but where is the... Maybe you can only get it in the third world, which would not surprise me. Like this section doesn't open, or the way to get in doesn't open until third world. Something beautiful is sealed in the forest to the east. Beautiful, huh? Oh, here are level 3 spells. Okay, it would now be very useful. Haste Guth, very nice. To have black magic. Like Berserk. So we could do the level 3 spells. Air Knife is only 56. Elven Bow the same. Diamond Shields. Tiger Mask. Not that great. Magic +2. That'll be better than the Hypno Crown. Luminous Robes are Magic +2. We'll get them for those two. Now, is it time to... No, not really. Goodness, I could... So much magic. Maybe it'd be worth it to go ahead and get them for everybody. It's only 4 less defense, but it's 10 more magic defense than, say, diamond armor, so... And I'd only lose the 1 speed. The 2 magic wouldn't help them a whole lot, but... Oh, it's 3 strength now that I'd be losing. But that's 12 magic defense. I'm doing enough damage. It's not like I'm hurting for it. Oh no, I might only do 13k with the 2 of them instead of 14k. Later might be good. he has on the Angel Robe, but the Luminous Robe is still better. Though it's the 5 stamina, that's the big thing there. And you are going to put on the Sage's Mitre for +2 more magic. Although that has great magic defense too. But okay, so that should lessen the amount of damage we take a little bit. Oh, yes. And Diamond Shield. Yeah, I don't really... actually, it might be useful if I do want to try and do, learn White Wind. Negates poison. That isn't that useful. Gold Hairpin I'll keep. Blood Sword is +5 magic. Actually is kind of... It's +5 magic? Seriously? And its attack +84? Because of the way rapid fire works, I think that might... If it isn't good for them to use with rapid fire, because often, if it works the same as it does in FF6, it negates some of the basic abilities you're used to with the weapon, the effects that it would have, which means that also once I get Excalibur, that's actually a really good weapon too, because I think it ignores that. If not, the Goblin Punch, there's a couple of other things you can do with it. The Sword Dance, if I master Dancer with Lena and have her equip Sword Dance with the Excalibur, that would actually do awesome damage. So, we'll try that. So yeah, I think I'll have to come back for the Brave Blade later. I think that'll do for this session. I'm still not super great health, which is why I'm going at such odd times to begin with. I'm going to be pushing Final Fantasy V a lot during the next week to finish this up so I can get started on a 4-job Fiesta playthrough, and then it'll probably be just a once-a-week thing. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Catch you all later.